a documentary of Nyeri High School fire tragedy in 1999. The school was set on fire by a student named Moses Mwangi. His parents had sent him to school with a lot of hope of scoring high grades, only for their son turning to make news of Peter's killer in the school. The victims were 4 school prefects, that is Kariuki, Kiarie, Musyoki, and Munge. When their parents sent them to school, they knew their kid would return home in good health, only for them to return in casket. 3 weeks in second term, all 5 parents were brought together by tragic circumstance beyond their control. On the fateful night of May 23, 1999, Tuesday, the student arsonists did the unspeakable at Nyeri High. The male student locked the 4 prefects in the main cubicle, Twiga 2 dormitory, where they slept. He poured the petrol through the window and set it on fire, leaving the 4 fighting for their lives, and he disappeared in the darkness. The fire spread so quickly through the dormitory, where school captain Harrison Munge, former game captain Anthony Kariuki, assistant dormitory captain Eli Kiarie, and library captain Paul Musyoki slept unaware of unfolding calamity. They only realized too late that they have been cornered when their bedding caught fire. The prefect started screaming and attempted to escape through the ceiling, but were overcome by heat and smoke. None of the 4 survived the inferno that occurred around 10:30 p.m. when everyone was asleep. Other students, teachers, and workers were woken up by screams, but by the time they went to the prefect's rescue, they had been severely burnt and in critical condition. The 4 prefects were rushed to Consolata Madari Hospital and were later airlifted by AMLEF Flying Doctor Service to Kenyatta National Hospital for specialized treatment. The tragedy sparked off condemnation across the country, with Kenyans, led by former Nyeri Catholic Bishop Nicodemus Kirema and school former principal Father Hilary Wambogo, calling for justice for the victim. At Kenyatta National Hospital, the victims were placed on life support machine, but a few days later succumbed to severe burns. Kariuki and Kiarie were first to succumb, followed by Muge and Musyoki on June 17, 1999. The president of that time, the late Daniel Moi, directed the school management and Central Provincial Administration to conduct thorough investigation and bring to book the culprits and establish whether the students were abusing drugs. It later transpired that some students who had been suspended the previous term had sneaked back to school with sole intention of leveraging on those they blamed of disciplinary action taken against them. They had sent away for burning the library captain desk, that is Paul Musyoki. On that fateful day, Mwangi and other students allegedly sneaked out of school and went to a petrol station in Muiga town, a 6-kilometer distance, where they bought a jerrycan of petrol for 125 shillings. They returned to school and accomplished their mission. They locked the cubicle with a padlock, and once satisfied their mission, they disappeared. One of the prefects recalled before he died, in quotes, "We pleaded with them to spare us, but they continued touting us that we had to die." More than 10 students were arrested and interrogated, and eventually, 3 boys were charged before Nyeri Senior Principal Magistrate Kaburu Bauni, with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. Judge Juma ruled after 8 months of trial. The only sentence for murder is death by hanging. But even if that sentence is to be passed to you, it would not be painful as the pain you have inflicted on the 4 innocent students and their parents. The accused students were Moses Mwangi, Simeon Dirango, and Kier Mugambi. Dirango and Mugabe were set free after prosecution failed to present sufficient evidence to pin them down, while Mwangi was convicted of murder but was detained at President Mercy since he was minor when he committed the offense. Plenty of time has gone, but there are things that time cannot erase. like the high hopes that families of Kiarie, Karaoke, Munge, and Musyoki had, like laughter, joke, smile, and joy that sometimes come to their mind. The fourth student died a very painful and horrible death. Up to date, Mwangi is still in prison, 25 years down. And that marks the end. My parting shot to this documentary is when we let anger and revenge guide our action, the consequences can be far worse than the pain we felt. Mwangi, what was meant to be a lesson of revenge, turned to be a nightmare of death. He destroyed lives and his own future. In moments of anger, seek peace, not destruction, for you never know how far the flames of regret may spread. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, share, and like.